This movie was just filled with symbolism, which I didn't need.
Yeah, no, me too. Which, I mean, getting to talk about it and stuff, you're like, yeah, no, that was good. I mean,
Yeah.
it did its job, full symbolism, and, talking about it, getting people to talk about it, I guess. But I'm like, I didn't need that in this movie.
We're back with another movie review, and I just watched Nope, and we got a lot of hot takes to give here. I know Calvin has probably some more than me.
A few.
Yeah. Well, going into it, this was probably my most anticipated movie of the year. For you too?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were that way as well.
Yep.
And well, let's just get into our non-spoilers and say your initial reactions. You get out of your seat, you got your popcorn and cup, probably half empty, fully empty. What are you thinking as you're walking down the steps?
Walking to the steps into the theater?
Walking away from it, from your seat. Sorry, your popcorn's half empty. It's empty. Everything's gone. What are you thinking?
No, my popcorn's empty the first second of the
Okay.
movie, so.
Yeah.
No, just confusion.
Mm-hmm.
My first initial reaction was confusion. Wasn't quite understanding a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. It was a very good movie. It was well directed. The acting was phenomenal. I did enjoy it.
Yep.
I was riveted. I was up in my seat, paying attention. But when I got up and the movie ended, yeah, there was a little bit of a disappointment, a little bit of confusion, and just not completely understanding what I just watched.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was pretty similar. I had to watch a YouTube video after just to make sure what I was thinking was correct. But yeah, for me, just to go through the whole experience, I'll just give I had two phases through this movie. Yep. So like you said, the acting, directing, there's some great scenes that were shot. So through the first half-ish plus, I was like, this movie is going to be really good.
Yeah.
I was really excited. And because I just felt like they were setting stuff up, and it was feeling really good. But towards the climax, a little bit before the climax and on, it was confusion. It was unimpressed, and I was a little unimpressed, and it felt a little too, what's the word I used? Outlandish to me, in a bad way. I'm fine with it sometimes, but to me this felt, it wasn't a good feeling.
Yeah, I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah. Mm.
And that might be a problem, honestly, because you go back to his first movies, Us and Get Out, and those were absolutely phenomenal movies.
Yes.
So this had way more of a hype than those other movies, so it kind of just killed it for me. But,
yeah. And hey, hype kills things, man.
Yeah.
It does.
100%. So that did not help, I promise you. But looking back and stuff, the movie's pretty dang decent,
Yeah. Well, yeah, let me take it back. Hype did not kill this movie. I think it brought the fall farther than it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I just in general, I just think the movie was lacking compared to his other films. As we will talk about, we'll go through the whole movie, but so yeah, let's get to the scores real quick.
Yeah.
So we decided an 82 out of 100 for this, as we feel like the movie, as we've said, the writing, the directing, not even the writing, honestly. The writing was a little bit more subpar. I felt like the dialogue was good. The shots that were taken felt really professional. And a lot of the scenes were iconic, I feel like. Like, I'll remember these scenes that were shot. So we just felt like it was a pretty good movie. However, our entertainment score was lower at a 65%, as we just were not as entertained. Me personally at the end, and you throughout the film.
Yep.
And then, of course, off of our entertainment score, I'm sure you can suspect we are not going to give this any stars.
Nope.
I will say, though, throughout that first 30 minutes, I was thinking this could receive a star.
Oh, 100%.
Right? You too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the first half of the movie, I was entertained the whole time,
Yeah.
I was very enthralled with it. I was hoping the way everything was going was getting me hyped and excited, But then just that the last quarter of the movie, you're like, okay, well, there it is, it's done,
Yeah, I'm really excited to speak about. I'll just say the monkey scene. That's all I'll say now.
Oh,
the monkey scene. I'm really excited to talk about all of that. I feel like that's a big tell of this movie. So for my little biopsy that I wrote, I want your opinion after I say it. So this is a UFO thriller that is a decent step below Peele's other films. Nope is intriguing and impressively original, but has a few notes that bring the film lower on our ranking. The acting was very impressive by Keke Palmer and Daniel. I'm going to botch his name. Is it Kaluuya?
Kaluuya? Yeah, sure.
Okay, yep. And was thankfully aided with above-average dialogue. There are many iconic scenes that will be remembered. And lastly, the conclusion left a less than sweet taste in the mouth, which was not tasted throughout the viewing, with unneeded symbolism. So we'll kind of go over all these points, but
Yep.
I'm now recalling impressively. I felt like this movie is very original. You too, right?
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason why I was like, this is going to get a star. At least one, because it just felt so original.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all I got. Do you have any thoughts on the biopsy?
No,
Probably not. Yeah.
Nope, that was perfect.
Sick. Okay, let's get into the spoilers now.
Sounds good.
So the Nope title meaning, I just wanted to bring that up real quick because I saw something that I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
So I was assuming it was just called Nope because it's probably a pretty human reaction just to say nope to like something scary happening or,
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then they said nope. The main guy said nope probably 3 times.
Yeah.
OJ did.
And 4 times, yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking that's probably why. But Peele just said on an interview recently that he called it Nope because it's not of planet Earth.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I thought that was cool. So there's a lot of different meanings there. Yeah. He obviously put a lot of time in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it seemed like there's quite a bit of money put behind it, too,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They believe in him now, which is good.
Oh, yeah.
They should.
Yeah. Keep it going. Oh, yeah.
And at least this movie didn't bomb. I feel like a lot of people are like with us, where it's just a little bit above average.
Yeah.
But it is a fall from grace from his other films, as those were just spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
So straight off the bat, I was intrigued with all the coins and metal falling from the sky, right? And the grandpa dies.
No, this whole movie at the very beginning got you intrigued.
Yeah.
It started off with the monkey, right? With Gordo. Gordy.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it did start with...
Yeah, it started with Gordy. Right off the bat. Him murdering someone, not really know what's going on. Blood everywhere. Right off the bat, that's how it starts. And you're like, okay, this is going to get interesting.
Yeah, I was like, this is not how I expected a Western UFO thing to start. Yep. And, well, I was actually thinking, I was like, I bet they're pulling one on us. I bet he didn't kill them, but they're making it look like he did. With all the blood. No. Right?
Yes.
I was like, maybe...
There was tons going through my brain at that moment. Like, okay, let's see what this goes. It was nuts. It was nuts.
But, dude, Gordy's look to the camera... Oh, that was so good.
So good.
And that's going to be one of my main themes to this podcast is Gordo was the highlight of this movie for me.
Yeah.
Later on, when they show the second Gordo scene, you realize that the boy is under the table when he looks.
Yeah.
So before the monkey even looks, you realize that look was at the boy.
That looks, yep.
So good. And all the blood, it was so good. And that kind of set the tone for me believing this was going to be a straight-up horror film, just like his other movies.
Yep.
And then, because right after we get to the grandpa coin in the eye.
Yeah.
And then, so that reaffirmed, because you saw the blood squirting.
Well, at least more intense,
Yeah.
That's what I was not that scared, I guess
you
could say.
Me either.
I know it's not a horror, but I wasn't even I didn't feel uncomfortable while watching it either.
Not at all.
It was just kind of cool seeing all these random things pop up and all the blood. And Gordy, confusion,
Yeah, for sure.
So, no, right off the bat, yeah. So you had the Gordy scene, and then you had the dad and all the metal pieces flying around and him, blood, you're like, okay. This is going to get good. This is going to get intense. But
I feel like it set the movie up for this certain way that I was expecting it to go, but then it underperformed from what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Which was a problem. And I have this, what do you call it? I have a similar situation with the show Schitt's Creek, which I know you love, right?
No, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah. It kind of reminded me of that because the first episode is so funny. So after that first episode, I kind of expected the show to continue to be hilarious, but then it wasn't, and that kind of killed me from the show. Even though I did enjoy the characters and whatnot, but yeah, it's kind of similar to this, where I was like, eh. And then then we get to the green screen where they're shooting the film, and he's there. I thought that was all really well done. All the dialogue felt really real, and I just really enjoyed that scene.
Daniel's acting in that was phenomenal.
Yes.
His timidness towards, because he didn't run the business. He was with the horses, and his dad was that side of it. So his acting of just being that timid employee was perfect. And then when Emerald, the Kiki sister, comes in and just, you could tell she was the theatric. She was the one with the
flair.
The flair of the family, probably like the dad, which I'm assuming, So Daniel did amazing in that scene. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. His glances to the ground, and I love this. I love this hat always being high up on his head. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the monkey, the grandpa death coin, and the green screen. This was the highlight for me, because this was when I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be freaking good.
Yep.
But then I feel like, everything after this, the next scene as well. So we get some more monkey backstory. This could be, oh no, that's way later. Did they show the more monkey? Oh, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They go to the Star Lasso experience place, and he tells the experience. And this was actually another good scene, because I felt like the dialogue between him and the two main characters, it felt all really real in his apartment. I liked how he brought up SNL, which was kind of showing that he did not perceive the experience as he should have, right?
Yeah, no.
Because he was using the SNL experience, using that as his experience, because it was probably too traumatic, or too traumatic that he just
yeah. And that actor, what's his name, Steve Ewan?
Something.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Jupe. No, I like that actor a lot, because he was the first time I saw him was, I think, Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I kind of fell in love with him pretty quick from that show, and then seeing him in this, I mean, he did a good job. I liked it a lot.
But did you finish Walking Dead?
No.
Yeah, me either. I got pretty far though, but
I got pretty far. 5 or 6 seasons, and then just got too much. But anyway, after he died, I think honestly is when. Stopped.
Well, that's Negan. You stopped with Negan.
Yeah.
The beginning of Negan.
Yeah, right. During that era.
That's when I stopped too. Actually, that's funny, but
yeah, but
So then that was all really good.
Yeah.
Then we get to the fries.
I felt like it was setting stuff up.
Yeah.
Because we knew there was aliens a part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So just everything happening, it was like, okay, set up something. Okay, could be intertwined alien-wise. Okay, that could be something alien-wise, And it just seemed like everything was going to come together at one point.
Yeah. Well, the shoe as well, which we didn't bring up.
Yeah, and the shoe.
The fact that her shoe.
In Gordy's home, the shoe was always upright. Yep. Mm-hmm. And they showed it again in his little museum of Gordy's home.
Yep. Sitting up.
So I felt like all that was, they kept repeating and showing all of this Gordy's home, and just, okay, how is this going to be tied into the whole alien side of it?
Mm-hmm.
So that was my whole perception of it. But
yep. And I feel like from this point on, except for the Gordy death scene, where we get the full picture and full image of what happened, from this point on is when everything went downhill for me, slowly. Then we get the Fry's camera, which I know you've said as we're talking that he's probably your favorite character in the show.
I liked him. I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
I can feel through him just his whole conspiracy nut, especially nowadays. Everything just seems like one big conspiracy theory. So having him getting thrown into it and aliens, it was funny.
Not much else to say there, honestly. He helped him set up the camera. Yeah.
Yeah. No. And that actor, what was his name? Brandon, I believe. His name was Angel in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, he did good.
I saw something on the news article that he made Jordan Peele cry. Did you see that?
Oh. No, I didn't see
in
that.
the auditions.
Oh, okay.
That could have been just a dumb headline, but that'll be interesting.
Yeah. No, but I think you're about right. This is kind of when it started not making sense to me.
Yes.
'Cause there was just a couple questions, starting to brew from this point on.
Mm.
But anyway. But I was still intrigued because I wanted to see everything connect.
Yeah.
But.
For me, I felt like at this point it was like 65% Gordy, 45%, 35% them. Intrigue-wise for me.
I gotcha.
I don't know why. I just felt that way, but I feel like the main characters were really good, and I like their brother-sister connection.
Very dynamic, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And it came, and then it kind of sparked my interest again when the little alien kids came into play.
Okay, Mm.
So when the little alien kids came into play, and it kind of got into that horror thriller feeling, because that's when I perked up in my seat going, oh yeah, okay, here we go.
Yep.
And it was perfectly played. That was the best nope of the movie. Daniel saying nope, and then he started backing up and
nope,
getting his camera out, and the movements of the kids were perfect. And I was totally cool with them actually being human. It didn't bug me that they weren't alien. I was like, okay, cool, sweet.
It made sense story-wise because just earlier the sister took the horse from the Asian Star Lasso experience. But
there we go.
So what I was saying is, the alien kid prank. I like my horror movies. I don't like it when they throw in an unneeded scene just for action to fill up the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what this was. Even though it was done well, it still kind of slightly bugs me because I just want just make everything, just try to throw something of importance in there that could be exciting. But it's obviously a thing to fill in the kind of slower moments.
Wasn't there to confuse you a little bit though, honestly? Because at this point we didn't know that the UFO was the actual alien, correct?
Oh, yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it was good. I liked it because it threw you off.
Okay.
Because the whole time you're thinking, oh, it's aliens, that's a spaceship,
I can see that.
So that was that. I thought that was awesome. Because at that point we didn't know it was a beast, that the thing was an alien.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of... Because to me, honestly, that was probably the biggest twist out of the movie. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't a UFO. It's not a ship. It's actually the beast. It's the alien.
Yeah. Well, now that you talk about twists, was there any twists in this film?
No, and that's why I'm saying this was the biggest twist, and it wasn't even that big because I just remember Daniel, OJ, just saying it very briefly, like, no, it's and it wasn't this big spectacular, brain, mind twisting twist. It was just okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, it was a beast. Cool.
That's true. That's the thing with Get Out and Us.
Yeah.
They had those. That was so good.
Oh yeah. So that's what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm. Well, just real quick, which twist was better to you in which film? Get Out or Us?
So I just recently
watched.
So I recently just watched Get Out. And it still blows my mind when the girlfriend is finding the keys, and she has them the whole time, and she's like, "Oh, they're right here,"
Her look on her face.
Yes, just this deadness of, oh, so good. I love that.
Yeah.
So dang good, and it's fun watching that movie again once you know how it ends, and what's the story, the plot. Because everything that's going on, you're like, how did I miss that? That's obviously,
Yeah.
It's so good, but.
It's funny. The last time I watched it was Halloween.
Oh, okay.
And this is just a perfect example of how, as we do midnight release and reviews, I understand. I trust my opinion. Obviously, this is my own, but everyone has different tastes growing up and what they've experienced. And I showed this to my wife's father on Halloween Day when everyone was gone, and he didn't say a single thing throughout the movie. And then when it got to the end, he said, "What did he say?" Oh yeah, I said, "What'd you think about it?" And he's like, "That was weird." That's all. That's all he had to say, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all you gotta say. This movie's amazing, but not much else to say about that.
I'm pretty sure I talked to my friends and people for 3 days straight after that movie.
Yeah.
Because it's so good, the twists and everything. Yeah.
Well, so next we got the UFO takes the horse model. I think that would,
okay.
yeah. And then I liked how that ribbon was hanging out of it. They just had a lot of pleasing
that
to
was
the
his
eye.
first attack, right? That was the first alien attack, technically, that we saw.
I don't. No, wasn't. Let me think. I'm pretty sure the thing already tried sucking something up, which is why they knew to put the horse there, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. So it was a horse that they took. It wasn't a human, though.
No,
correct?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so they get the model.
Yeah.
I mean, that just kind of sets them up for the whole plot of let's try to get camera footage.
Yeah.
And
sell it, right? That was the whole deal.
Sell it and yeah.
Yeah.
Which to me is honestly what we're used to with Jordan Peele movies. It was honestly a weak plot in that sense.
A little bit, yeah.
Like we just want to show
pretty simple.
Yeah. Let's just get a camera shot of this UFO. And it kind of bugged me throughout it how they didn't seem that scared.
Oh,
like we're gonna get this done. It bugged me how he put the eyes on the back of his hood.
No.
Like he was fully willing to have the UFO chase him, Yeah. That feels too much for me. But that's getting to later. But then we got the whole director. They call him up because he's able to get the one good shot apparently.
Yeah, Antlers.
Yeah.
I believe his name is.
His voice, did his voice kind of bug you? It felt like cartoonish.
I talked to my buddy about this, and we're like, Sam Elliott, right? The actor in all the Western movies.
Look him up.
Look him up real quick. So his voice is very iconic, and I love Sam Elliott's voice. So we were joking about.
Oh yeah, I love him. Him.
So we were just joking. This dude sounds like he's trying to impersonate Sam Elliott, but in a bad way.
But it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, I like him as an actor. He did phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it just, his voice is a little different.
It felt like a cartoon evil character to me. Felt a little too over the top.
Yep.
And he refuses at this time. He doesn't agree.
Yeah,
he doesn't think it's real or whatever.
Yeah.
And now we get to my favorite scene of the movie, which is Gordy. We learn the truth about Gordy.
Oh, yeah.
So, just to paint the picture, it's his birthday party. She brings balloons to the party. It's all being filmed with people in the stands. You hear they're laughing. It's awesome. Everything about this scene is so good. All the shots taken, the things that they were showing and not showing. I love the laughter in the background. And I love how after the death scene, you see the laugh tracks pop, blinking. It's just everything about it is so good. And the balloon pops in the ceiling, and that's what makes Gordy go crazy.
Yep.
So at this point, I was still...
That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's what set it off, okay.
Yeah. But, as the viewer, not knowing how it ends, I was thinking, somehow the alien controls him, right? That's what you're thinking, yeah.
Yep.
Somehow it was, I don't know. But then we see him, but they never show him kill them. You just hear the screams.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. You see...
bashing.
Yeah, you see the... Steven... What's the guy's actual name?
Yeah, Steven.
Okay.
Ricky.
Sorry, Ricky, yeah.
Yeah.
You see everything from his point of view as he's hiding under the table. You see the monkey bashing the girl in the head, and all the blood on him, and then he kills the older man as well, off in another room, but you just hear it. And then we get to the scene where we see in the beginning where he looks at Ricky. And he goes to give him a little fist bump, and he gets shot in the head.
Yeah.
Which probably was, the most traumatic part of the, it was right in his face, all the blood, hearing the gunshot. And that to me The whole Gordy is this movie. Like, that's what I'm going to remember the most, is my feelings with Gordy.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you have any thoughts during that whole thing?
Oh yeah, you're spot on.
With what you,
I mean,
yeah.
I was just waiting, and this is probably the biggest issue I think we have with the movie is they spent what, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes about Gordy, you know?
At least,
And
dude, at least.
and I'm sitting there waiting for a connection to happen between the alien and Gordy and what happened, and nothing came to pass. I mean, the whole Gordy scene was just setting up Ricky's taking that trauma and basically capitalizing on it, right?
Yep.
To make a profit off of it, have a museum, have him, you know, make money off of his trauma, and that's all it really was, right? When you get down to the nitty gritty of it, that's all that they were trying to show and portray.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a huge fan of that.
It's like
how much time they
yes,
put into it.
Yeah. It's like they were trying to use Gordy as a theme for the movie that did not play a plot point. That itself ruined the movie for me.
Yeah.
It made it a unspecial movie, I guess.
Yeah.
When it could have been special. But yeah, it sucks, honestly.
Yeah. It does.
Nothing else to say. And then we get to the Star Lasso experience. And everything about it, visually and audio, was awesome, right? Like, it pulled you into it.
Still good.
Yeah, it felt like a theme park ride. Like, I don't know, just everything they did, it just felt really good. Again, this movie has so many good parts to it that I just wish the plot was better.
Yeah.
And then then we see. Oh yeah, I loved seeing the girl. I like seeing that she was alive. That she didn't die to the monkey.
Mangled up
Her face is gross.
Brutal.
And then we see that the UFO kills all the people in attendance there.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I guess they do. I mean, I guess that's another thing I kind of can see is, you can't really tame a wild beast, right?
Yeah, that's one of the
themes.
themes.
Like for Gordy, Gordy popping the balloon off, triggered him, he was out. He was going haywire. Kind of same with the beast, the alien. He tried to tame it with the horse, tried to make a spectacle of it, didn't work out.
Yeah, and that's kind of the theme that I just don't really resonate with that much.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but
that was a good message.
Yeah.
It really,
Mm-hmm.
I had no issues with it. It just nothing seemed to flow together.
Yes, yeah.
It just had different,
Here's this theme, and then do you think our opinion on this movie? No, I don't think it would. I was gonna say, do you think it's changed because we were expecting a Peel movie more so, like, or do you think if we didn't associate it with him that we wouldn't even mind as much?
I don't know, honestly. It probably. You might be right a little bit because
I think to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, 100%, because we were expecting. Because I'm trying to think, with all the trailers I watched, it was a horror movie, right? That's what I got a feel for. Is that not how you felt?
Honestly, I feel like most of the stuff I feel like they didn't show much horror in the commercial. I felt like it was mainly like. I felt like it was gonna be mainly out in the desert on his house and a UFO. Like, the only reason why I was super anticipating this movie was because it was Jordan Peele. The commercial honestly isn't that great to me.
It
never was, because I just felt like you agree?
No, I enjoyed. I enjoyed
the
commercial.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Because if I remember right, it's usually always dark, and it kept saying nope, and the UFO, and running with the horse. It got me really intrigued.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to say half-half. I mean, Jordan probably played a big part of why I wanted to love it, and was expecting it to be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
And then we get to the next iconic scene, which is the blood falling on the house.
Ooh.
After that was really cool.
Pretty messed up.
Because
it was really cool. I mean, I loved it before when the alien ate the people, and yet you could see them kind of getting digested. Which is brutal.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then after that, the beast goes above the house and just starts throwing up basically
Mhm.
blood and all the metal part. And you're
Yeah.
just like, okay, that's pretty gnarly.
But like, what made him go over the house to do that?
Yeah, I don't see. That was one thing I was very confused about. Um, so tell me, so explain to me the whole looking at it. So is it like a T-Rex where if you move, then he sees you? Or looking at it, he sees you, the
No,
beast, the alien?
they
So
they
what
already
was
had an analogy for it. They said like they used the analogy of the horse. Like if you look in the eye of the horse,
yeah.
it gets scared. And the same thing with dogs. You want
Oh,
you want
okay,
to look
okay.
away
I
from
got what you're
dogs
saying.
and like pet them if they never
I
met
got
you.
what you're saying.
It's
I
literally
gotcha.
just that. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
that was one thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
just
now
just
that
don't.
makes sense.
Yeah, because I think
Don't look.
they also said it's territorial.
Yeah,
So I think if you look at it, it makes it feel like you're trying to take its territory.
I think it's territory.
But if you look
yeah.
away,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I honestly didn't love that whole thing, that whole message.
Nah.
This movie was just filled with symbolism, which I didn't need.
Yeah, no, me too. Which, I mean, getting to talk about it and stuff, you're like, yeah, no, that was a good, I mean,
Yeah,
it did its job, the whole symbolism and, talking about it and getting people to talk about it, I guess. But I'm like, I didn't need that in this movie, man.
So, then we got the final climax.
Wait, one question.
Yeah.
The one thing that I still can't figure out is the praying mantis on the camera. So was it the alien
yes.
that was purposely putting the praying mantis there? Because after the alien left, the praying mantis just flew off.
Okay, no. Yes, no. So one of the themes is, which is the shoe, right?
Yeah.
Like, bad miracles can happen type of theme.
Okay.
I think that's what that was,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because I think they made you
No,
think
it
it
makes
was.
sense.
Yeah.
No, exactly. See, and that's. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's one of the themes, like bad miracles. And I think the main guy says that once.
Gotcha.
Yeah, then we got the whole prepping of the footage and then the final catch of the movie, which something about it to me. I don't know. I just hate when like normal characters are just like that confident in things, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, you'd be terrified.
Yeah.
A normal human being would be terrified of that sort of thing.
Like, I'm not going back to my house. I'm staying.
Especially realizing it was actually an alien, a beast.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't just a ship,
Yeah, the fact that it's a beast is more terrifying.
Yeah.
But that's an animal just flying up there.
It's floating and flying. Yeah. No.
Yeah. I will say that was one of the cool things. Like, I never would have expected that.
Yeah.
That the
No,
UFO
no.
was an animal.
Yeah. That was
I mean, it makes no sense how it can fly without wings or whatever, but that's cool.
No, but the prep was cool. I love the idea of the electronics not working,
Mhm.
which now come to think of it, it's not a ship. It's an actual beast, an alien.
That's true.
So just the fact of that happening, and I love the way they had the wiggly people,
Yep.
the blow ups, and every time the alien would come down or something, it would all shut them down.
Yep.
I mean, I love that. That was cool.
Yep. That's just like one of my other themes. Just like it was so original throughout the whole movie.
Yep.
Like that was so cool. And like I think I said, because I wrote notes throughout it, like before the beast even comes, the UFO, they have a shot. I think it's showing her up on the hill or something, but then it shows all the people, all the colorful people rising with some music in the
Yep,
background. That scene was really good,
Yeah.
and I gotta give props to that because
Yep.
impressive. But yeah, just in total, the plot, just trying to get a picture, I did not care too much for. And then like we also talked about earlier, the TMZ crash.
Yeah.
It felt rushed, out of place.
Yeah, just
Like,
out of nowhere.
He came in, talked for like a minute, then drove, and the crash was cool. I like the idea of the crash.
That's funny.
But I have to ask, if the electronics turn off, why would the bike just stop? Wouldn't it go into neutral
Yeah, I don't know.
and then just roll?
You would think.
Right?
Instead of just stopping completely. Yeah.
I'm trying to make sense. I feel like he'd have to think about that,
A little bit.
but I don't know why the brakes would be applied. But
Yeah. Now that whole scene just felt very just like here's a little funny, funny couple lines.
Uh-huh.
I felt like it didn't need it.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting that out of his movies,
Yes, yes.
And it just threw me off.
Mm. And it just like continues the message of this climax just was not very good to us because it continues on with the director we said earlier. He kills himself basically for no reason, no good reason.
Yeah. No.
He wants to get the good shot, so he's filming
he had
it.
The footage.
Yeah, he already had it.
So much footage.
Yeah.
He was sacrificing himself to get the money shot, I guess, right? As a director and whatever. But then he ended up, because we're assuming he lost all the footage, right?
Yeah, when
With her getting, yeah, right. So all the footage got lost.
Yep.
So that's why it was so important for her to crank on that well picture.
Yep.
Camera, okay.
So which that was cool too.
Yeah. No, that was. I did enjoy that.
But yeah, like if he's getting the shot, the camera's gonna break anyways.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
it makes no sense. That kind of stuff sticks in my craw, man. And then a couple of people rise, and then we also got. This is my other problem. So as you can see, all my lowlights are in this last part. Yeah. Why did the Beast all of a sudden start caring about footage? The footage of the right. It seemed like it planned to destroy the footage on the tent, and then it destroyed the building that all the camera was being filmed from.
Oh.
Do you think that was just a coincidence? I feel like it was purposely trying to destroy. Yeah. But how the crap would it know that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
That bugged me a lot.
Yeah, this movie just has a bunch of those little things.
Uh-huh.
I mean, did you even like the look of it?
I hated it.
The look with the square thing coming out and pulsating. I
hated it.
I did not like the look of it.
Yeah. The final evolution of it is terrible. Yeah. I thought it was terrible.
Yep.
Because you have to give me a reason to believe why it would change. What was it changing for?
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe aggressive?
Is more aggressive now?
Because now, they're being more territorial, more aggressive. You know how animals flare out, make them look big, maybe.
Okay. I can see that then.
But I just didn't like the way it looked.
It looked like balloons coming out of it.
I loved the way it sounded. I loved the deep dome.
Oh, yeah.
It sounded so cool. But when it came into its final form, its final evolution, it didn't do it for me. I was expecting some, like you said, it looked like balloons. It looked like some elastic.
Like tarp with like,
yeah,
like what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Which that's the thing with aliens, you can do whatever you want, and but I did not care for that at all.
No, me either.
Because I feel like him sucking is more powerful than that green stupid balloon coming out of his mouth.
Whatever it was.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
And then, I also got to say, why would sucking up the balloon kill it?
I don't know. It wasn't a bomb. It just popped, right?
Yeah.
That's all it does? Yeah.
And it seemed like it made the alien go flat. And it's like...
And then just like deflate.
Yeah. That was so weird to me.
I don't know, dude.
Everything about this is weird. So...
And,
yeah, go.
I'm totally fine with them not explaining things, like explaining why the alien was there in the first place. Because it seemed like, so correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like the alien just showed up, correct?
Yeah.
He wasn't there for months or years. It just showed up. I think it was 6 months, right, from when his dad died to, if I remember right.
To the beginning of the next scene.
Yes, so it's very recent. So I'm totally cool with not knowing those few details on why he's there, why is he killing people, why, in that specific location. I'm totally cool if movies do that, but this movie had so many openings where I was confused that it just bugged me that I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. So I need some, what do you call it? I need you to clarify, because I think I did not listen for like 30 seconds. When the Steven, sorry, I always forget his name. The Asian, Yoop, yeah.
Yep.
He explains his meeting with the alien, right? Before the Star Lasso experience. Because he's like, I saw. Didn't he like have?
Yeah. he had like a practice run, didn't he? If you remember,
Wait,
his stadium was lights were going on and off.
yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, so was that Star Lasso experience? Was that his very first time doing it?
Yes.
Oh.
Because that was the first horse he bought, with my understanding.
Oh.
Because he was planning on buying all the horses, because I believe he saw what happened to the. Because I believe it took a first horse, right? Didn't it take?
For some reason, I thought, from what he said, like as a kid he saw it. No.
No. I don't think so.
See, I didn't listen for like 20 seconds in that part.
Because I was talking to this about it with a couple other people, and it just seemed like that was the first encounter. Yeah, I think he saw Jean Jacket get taken up, I believe.
Okay.
And that's why he wanted to purchase the horses, take over the ranch, so he can have
okay
as his spectacle. Because that was the first time with the black horse. Crap, what was his name? His main horse.
Lucky.
He was trying to
Lucky.
let it loose. Lucky. Yep. Because that you could tell in Jupe's face how annoyed he was. Like, get going, because for the show.
Yeah.
So that was his first time.
Oh, okay.
Doing it. Yes.
For some reason, I was thinking he had a relationship with it or something.
Yeah. So I thought that too.
Okay.
I really did. And then once you start thinking about it, you're like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Because I'm still going back to Dane Gordy.
Yeah.
And how it ties into the Dane
yes,
movie.
that's what ruins it, dude. It's the constant thought. You're always thinking, Gordy, what does this do with Gordy?
I put so much into Gordy that I wanted it to be more than it actually was.
Yeah.
And it screwed it up for me.
Well, it was nothing at all, man. Let's say it as it was. Let's say it as it is. It was nothing.
No, it really wasn't. Because they could, I don't know.
Can't do that, dude.
No.
So, honestly, highlights, lowlights. We basically went through it all throughout it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else.
No.
But I do feel like I have to reiterate how original this movie was in so many ways. And I have to tip my cap for that.
Yeah. No.
There's like no scenes where I was like, I feel like I've seen that, or that's an always used thing, like theme or some of that nature. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
Very impressive.
It's good. Just on the entertainment value, man. It was just so,
Yep.
Not. You said it right. It wasn't the script. It was just the plot, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah. Just the.
I feel like the script was really good.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
And so here's another thing. So I watched this a few days after you, and you didn't tell me what you thought was.
No.
Post it. I thought you were gonna really like it because I know you love Jordan Peele's movies, but also you really love Cabin in the Woods. Oh, and the way that movie ends is very outlandish as well.
Yeah.
So I thought you'd have no problem with this.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be like 90s both or something.
No, there's a purpose I didn't tell you how I felt. I didn't tell anyone until I told them, because my buddy, he was hounding me for days. Tell me what you thought. No, go see it. I'm not gonna say one dang thing. You tell me what you thought, and then I'm gonna tell you how much I hated it. Entertainment value.
Yeah.
I was so confused because, like, I think I told you before, there's about 20 of us in the movie theater, and all of us seriously got up and was like, well, that was kind of confusing. You know, we all kind of had the same consensus of we didn't quite understand what was going on.
But that's the thing. There's movies where not understanding is good, right?
Yeah.
Like, it can be a good thing. It was not good in this sense.
It's not this one, no.
Because I knew, when I watched my video, I knew it wouldn't tell me anything that was, like, life-changing to the movie.
Yeah.
I knew it would just be, like, some little thing, which it was. But there's some movies where, like, I just need to understand this and everything will click. But that's not this case. Because it was literally just for a message. I thought it was terrible.
Yeah, totally.
So, now this is probably the part I'm most excited for. Is I want to know your thoughts on Jordan Peele's movies. We're going to do a little ranking of his 3 films that are out so far. We both feel very strongly about his films.
Yes.
So you can go first. Actually, let's go. We'll both give our 3s. We'll both. Okay, yeah, do that way.
No, my number 1's Get Out, hands down.
Number one is hands down Get Out. Okay.
Yes. Now, granted, man, I haven't seen Us in a very, very long time. I remember that movie being very good as well.
Mhm.
See, if I remember right, that movie, because you're not really sure on who's who, correct? So, like in that one, I was okay in comparison to Nope. Not knowing what's going on, that one I was totally fine with. You know? So I definitely have to put Us second and then Nope third.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're similar, but I actually have Us first.
Okay.
So here's my feeling. I feel like Get Out is actually, if I was to give Get Out and Us scores, I think I'd have to give Get Out a very slightly higher critical score.
Yeah. Okay.
But entertainment, it would be at least 5 points higher than Us. Would be at least 5% higher than Get Out.
Yeah.
I feel like one of our family's biggest movies is Skeleton Key, and by the end of Get Out, there's moments where I felt like it was very similar to Skeleton Key. Us, to me, was so original in every way. Like, it was so, like, Get Out, when I watched it, I was just so impressed with it. In every way. I felt like the way it was ramping up to slowly showing you bits and pieces, keeping you, like, slightly on edge, scared.
Yeah.
Great music to keep on the scenes. For that reason, I think I have to give it a little bit higher of a critical score than Us. But Us is so freaking original. The twist at the end, even though I called it, I still didn't fully call it, but I did call it, and it was amazing. I thought the whole twins underground thing, and then like keeping it with the hands across the world, like symbolizing those things together, I thought it was so unique, and like the horror and killing was so good. Like, that's literally one of my favorite horror movies, probably top 3.
Oh, yeah.
And then Nope is easily last, but there's something about Us that I can't. You have to watch it again because I want you.
I need to watch it again. I just remember the acting was so phenomenal.
It was, in Us and Get Out. Yeah.
And Us in particular, I just remember the other family, just their dead face, like so good.
Yeah, and I love the moment where you think it's just their family.
Yeah.
But then you realize everyone is getting wiped, and the freak is awesome. Yeah. So there's something about that movie that is so good to me, and I do have to give it a little higher. I do have to give it number 1, baby. But yeah, I'm really excited for the future of his movies, man.
Oh yeah, they're gonna give him the green light to do whatever the crap he wants.
Yep. But I do hope that they're a little bit more horror than Nope was. I mean, I'm not a. It's not like I do love horror, actually. I'll take what I'll say that.
I do love horror.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I love it.
Yeah. I feel like without Gordy, I feel like you could easily take horror out of this movie.
Oh,
like, as a title, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of my issues as well. But
yes.
It's like horror sci-fi, I think is what's called.
Is that what it's called? I want to look that up.
Yeah. Just make sure I'm right.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued. Because this definitely wasn't a horror.
And it easily could not have been rated R as well. What was it, like 2 F words?
Was it rated R?
Yeah.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Without those 2 F words or 3 F words.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a horror mystery sci-fi.
Horror mystery sci-fi, okay.
It definitely was a mystery, and I guess it was sci-fi.
Definitely a mystery. Because you made no sense.
Man, this was not a horror.
No.
The only part of this was horror to me was honestly the little kids in the alien suits. To me,
you mean
where I felt
that's like more thriller, right?
Well, that was like, for me, that was more horror. That's the way, because that terrifies me. That kind of stuff is the horror side of it. But,
seeing their head pop out the side, I love that.
Yeah, just crap. No, I don't like that. And to me, that's what. But this was not a horror.
So that's my issue as well. Like, as we're thinking about the genre of this movie, I don't even think I could call it a thriller either. Right?
I could call the first half a thriller, honestly,
Yeah, yeah,
because you had no idea what was going on, and I mean,
There's something about it where I wasn't thrilled, right?
no, no, I get that. Yeah,
And do you think it was because that last climax was during the day?
yeah, maybe.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
can see that.
It's very unusual for a horror movie to end in the daytime.
The end. Daytime, yeah,
Right? That's very unusual. So you can see every single thing.
always in the dark.
Uh-huh. It'd be cool like having like a big flashlight over the area,
Oh,
and like
yeah,
like the balloons are out of sight that are falling down, but then they slowly start falling in the lights or something.
yeah,
Like there'd be some cool things you could do in the nighttime,
yeah.
but it would make sense for the story because they're trying to get a picture of it, you know, footage of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, man, I don't got much else to say, honestly.
No, all in all, no, it was a good movie though. Just to close up here,
Yeah,
no, it was a good movie. I mean, honestly, as I'm giving it our evaluation, you know, as a entertainment side of it for me, it was pretty low. But I can see the very good positives of Jordan and what he was trying to do. It just definitely wasn't my cup of tea, you know.
yeah.
For what I was wanting,
Mhm.
but and the acting was all on par. I mean, there wasn't really much to
Nope.
negatively say about it, honestly.
Yep.
But
It's
there's
like,
a few things that were pretty glaring that just didn't make sense. But
yep. Yeah, I feel like all in all, just to say, like, I mean, I wouldn't tell someone not to watch it, right? That's not what we're saying.
heck
Yeah,
no.
watch it.
Oh,
See if
because
you enjoy
that's definitely one movie I want you to see, so I can talk to you about it. Because I want to know what you felt.
Which
and how
movie?
you thought about
This
it.
movie?
No, this one.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm telling people, go watch it. I'm not going to say anything about it. I've said this about 5 times now. You go watch it, tell me how you feel and what you thought of it, and then we'll talk. 'Cause I'm not going to say what I
Uh-huh.
truly feel about it.
I'm glad you did it that way, man. I'm glad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because I went in thinking you were loving it. By the way, just by the way you were saying, you know, not that you said anything, but I was like, he loved it.
I'm pretty sure I just said, go watch it, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. It
was just confusing.
Mhm.
Some not.
Honestly, though, like, my feelings with the commercial are copied over to what I felt about the movie, though.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like, just from the commercial, I felt like it wasn't going to be his best movie. Even
Yeah.
though I had the hopes, but...
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was good. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you liked our reviews, please let us know. And if you have any different thoughts, please let us know as well, as I'd love to see if you thought it was amazing or whatnot. But thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bless you.
Peace.